Well, winter is coming, and you know what that means. With record snowfall totals last year, St. Louis County is preparing months in advance. Northern News Now's Taryn Simmons shows us the work behind the scenes to clear roads in a safe and efficient way.
Minnesota is known for its blistering cold winters. Just last winter, Duluth saw a record of 140 inches of snowfall, according to the National Weather Service. That's why St. Louis County is preparing now, inviting snowplow drivers from Superior, Carlton, Proctor, and Cloquet to learn more about winter road maintenance, especially the products used to clear the roads.
You know, once it goes down, we never get rid of it, and it will find its way into the water supply.
Josh McDowell, shop superintendent for St. Louis County, knows the harm that rock salt can cause, especially its harm to the environment and waterways. Chad Skelton agrees, highlighting the new methods of snow removal.
The alternative to rock salt is liquid de-icers, and St. Louis County has invested a large amount of money in the last 5 years to build our liquid program.
The St. Louis County are now using these new updated trucks to help clear the roads out this winter time. At the top, the granulated salt is kept right here, while the liquid brine is kept down here at the bottom on the roads.
Yeah, the benefits of using brine instead of rock salt is we can use a lot less. It does still contain salt, the chlorides that have environmental impacts, but it takes a third to a half as much brine to have the same effect as the salt. So it's reducing that environmental impact as well as the cost of the salt.
While these drivers are tasked with maintaining road safety, they say Minnesotans can do their part too.
What we're trying to do is keep everybody safe, but people can help by keeping themselves safe too. Have good snow tires, slow down, stay far back from the plow equipment. Things like that is something that the general public can do to really help also.
Working together to get through another winter season. In Duluth, I'm Taryn Simmons, Northern News Now.
Taryn, thank you. Now, St. Louis County Public Works is responsible for maintaining up to 3,000 miles of roadway.